This is the video introduction to Lesson 25 through 28, Measuring Current with Changes in Resistance in the Mr. Circuit Basic Electronics Lab number 2. In these 4 lessons, we are going to observe the changes in current when we change the amount of resistance in the circuit. First, in Lesson 25, we build a simple circuit with an LED, a 470 ohm resistor, and a 9-volt battery, leaving space to insert the digital multimeter into the circuit to measure the current. As a review, what are the colors on a 470 ohm plus or minus 5% resistor? Answer: yellow, violet, brown, and gold. Since we expect the current to be less than 20 milliamps, we will set the selector knob to the 20M position. Then, after attaching the battery to the battery snap, we will touch the meter probes to the correct places in the circuit and observe the display to read out the amount of current flowing. In our example here, how many milliamps do we show? Answer: 15.04 milliamps. How many amps is that? Answer: 0.01504 amps. Remember, milliamps to amps, we need to move the decimal point 3 places to the left. You may wonder why I keep bringing this up. Why do I ask for how many amps are flowing when we know the milliamps? The reason is because when we use Ohm's law, we need to use the amount of amps in the formula. That is to say, when we say E equals I times R, we mean that the voltage is equal to the amps times the ohms, not the milliamps times the ohms. If you use the milliamp value, you will get the wrong answer. Now let's do lesson 26, where we measure the current in the same circuit with a different resistor. Here we change the resistor value to a 1000 ohm resistor. What are the colors on the 1000 ohm plus or minus 5% resistor? Answer: brown, black, red, and gold. A 1000 ohm resistor is also known as a 1K resistor. We leave the selector knob in the 20M position and measure the current. How much current does our meter show in this example? Our display shows 7.40, which means 7.4 milliamps or 0.0074 amps. In lesson 27, we changed the value of the resistor to 3300 ohms. Just a note, 3300 ohms can be expressed as 3.3K ohms. What are the colors on a 3.3K resistor? Answer: orange, orange, red, gold. Again, we leave the selector knob on the 20M position and measure the current. How much current does our circuit measure? The meter shows 2.29 on the 20M scale. So we have 2.29 milliamps of current flowing. How many amps? 0.00229 amps. In lesson 28, we changed the value of the resistor to 6800 ohms or 6.8K ohms. Following the same procedure, we measure the current. What numbers does our meter show in this example? It shows 1.11. What does that mean? Well, again, since we are on the 20M scale, it means that we have 1.11 milliamps flowing in the circuit. How many amps is that? 0.00111 amps. At this point, you're getting pretty good at measuring current. So to complete these lessons, go ahead and answer all the questions on pages 25B, 26B, 27B, and 28B. With that done, you are ready to go on to the video introduction to Lesson 29.